A very happy Diwali to all of you.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali, Arindam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy
So
Diwali.
as I was going through all the WhatsApp messages day for yesterday, and there's a one message which lit my mood on that day. The message was very different from others. It just said about lighten up your diyas inside your body, inside your mind, which will spread positivity in yourself. And the first, just said that lighten the first diya and it will melt away all your angers, jealousy, and all of these. Lighten the second diya and it will take away all your insecurities and make you believe that God is there for you and He will take care of yourself. And lighten the third diya, and it will take away all your greed, anger, or any kind of vicious thing which is making you believe that you are the one who is there, nobody else. And all of these vibes, thought was going on inside with me, and suddenly there was a one distant voice which was coming from behind, and he just said that this Diwali also you did not buy me a gold. What is this? And there was a one more voice which came from behind which said that Papa, crackers. And suddenly all these thoughts vanished. Very good morning to all of you, and dear guest, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. This is our 84th meeting of Speaking and Beyond Club of Toastmasters. Toastmasters was founded by Sir Ronald Metley in 1924, which basically was to empower all the individuals to achieve their dreams. And it does through basically from different clubs. The clubs are there where all the speakers like us will come and join and will give speeches and learn their communication skills, and from those communication skills improve their leadership skills also. Before we get started, we have three ground rules. The first rule is that we don't refrain yourself from speaking about sex, religion, and politics. You start Whenever you start, please enable your video, and unless you are asked, mute your audio. And third, do not make any gestures or just roam around in the room, which is not required because it might distract the speakers. Before I introduce my next person who will take the meeting further, he's other than that he is DTM, he is well-known communicator and all those things, but he is the energizer or lamp of our this entire club. He is the person who is there in this club who ensures that everything goes on time, everything is done well, and I feel that he is the lamp of this club. He is none other than DTM Mazahir Hussain.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Random. I think the lamp referred to my hairstyle, if I'm not wrong. A very warm morning to everybody. I welcome fellow members of our club and guests to another meeting of Speaking and Beyond Toastmasters. And a very happy Choti Diwali to everybody. If you guys can unmute and wish each other, it'll be really nice. Happy Choti Diwali, everybody.
Happy
Happy Choti Diwali.
Happy Diwali, guys.
Happy Diwali.
Thank you so much. This is my love sign for all of you. With that and those wishes, I officially open the meeting number 84 for our club. Let's give a huge round of applause, a virtual one, to everybody present over here. Thank you so much for joining this meeting today. For about last 2 years, our club has created a warm, friendly, and a supportive environment as we gather each week to fulfill our mission. And the mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which our members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, which result in gathering confidence and personal growth. As a presiding officer, it is my responsibility to welcome all the guests. Because we have too many guests over here, I will not be requesting you to introduce yourself one on one, but I would like to welcome all of you. If you're a guest to our meeting, I would like to welcome our member and a very warm welcome to all the role players. We will be getting in touch with you after the meeting for any kind of a membership discussion. As a presiding officer, I'm also supposed to provide some sort of announcement and updates and news, which I will do it towards the later part of my announcement. Diwali. As we gather around this time of the year, people who have lived abroad might be able to resonate and relate to December as a month, where a lot of these huge, gigantic corporates go on a holiday for long weekends, sometimes 2, 3, 4, sometimes the whole month of December is gone for them. Similarly, I think in India, it all starts around Dasara, when we used to get those. I think I remember it used to be off for about 20, 25 days, and they reduced the number of days for Dasara. I think then they started only giving us 10 days leaves at school, and now working for corporate, you only get one. After that is when the mission of cleaning starts in our houses, and we are trying to look the best possible. We'll do rangoli, we'll do house painting, house art, and whatnot possible. Buying those fairy lights from the market, buying those diyas from the market, making sure they're placed at the right place. And towards the evening, as the puja begins at home, or as any other ceremony begins at home, we'll light them up. This is something, despite of religion, we have done this in our household since childhood. There was no puja, but there were neighbors who would come with a big plate of prasad in their hand, and they will distribute to us. And you won't believe what we used to do. Dad used to work for government, so we used to get a lot of these sweets boxes in our houses, fridge filled with son papdi. What not possible? People who got the joke can laugh now. Son papdi used to be a thing and still a thing which gets passed around. So anybody who would come to our house to provide us with prasad, will give them one box. Now this is a joke. Sometime the box came back as well. Again, we used to participate, so we had this park near our house where we used to all gather as kids, and then we used to show off our crackers back then and say, you know what, I got the bigger one, the sound is really good and whatnot. You see this stick is going to be held over here and I'm going to blast it from here. And we used to buy this agarbatti packet because it would be hard for us to use the matchbox again and again. So agarbatti used to be a savior. It'll at least go on for 10, 15 minutes, light one cracker and then run away as quick as possible. The government has changed the rules since then, and I think we all grew in the midst of all of this. And I think we enjoy seeing all of this. I think we enjoy seeing the cleanliness. I think we enjoy seeing the festive around. And with that note, there is a lot that our Toastmaster of the Day has for today's meeting. Now, as in general for a Toastmaster meeting, I would like to request all of you to stick till the end of this meeting. In case if you need to drop, please do message and go. Do not just leave otherwise. I would like to now welcome the master of ceremony for today's meeting, somebody who's supposed to run the entire meeting, somebody who works as a functional analyst at Operations Solutions in Airbus. She has been part of Toastmaster for 3 years now. She has served as an associate area director, a president of her club, and currently serving as an area director for our club and this area D2. Without further ado, let's give a huge round of applause to our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Subarna Bose. Over to you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Mazahir, for that introduction. Good morning, everyone. How does it feel to be a part of this meeting today?
Good.
Good.
Nice.
Yes. I think with the kind of energetic start that we had with the Sergeant at Arms and our presiding officer, I see us skyrocketing in the next few more minutes that we have in the meeting. This is Subarna Bose, your Toastmaster of the Day. And today's theme is Diwali. While it's a theme that we all can relate to, and it's a very lively theme, it's something that we all can relate to, especially to our childhoods. And something that Mazahir has already, he was sharing some of his experiences about how things go before the Diwali celebrations, cleaning of houses, sending sweets, meeting people, connecting reunions with friends and families. For me, Diwali has been one such occasion, one such opportunity where all our entire family would come together. And this used to be also that part of the year where I would get to meet my grandma after, I think, an year long of a period. And this year, sadly, she is not with me. But that does not make me sad. That does not make me sad at all. What I'm happy about is the memories that she has left with me. And I still remember every year, she used to come to our house. So she used to live in West Bengal and I live in Bangalore. She used to travel all the way from West Bengal to Bangalore to celebrate Diwali with us. And she was scared of crackers, very much scared of crackers. And I had to somehow, give her that courage. I had to somehow say that, okay, don't worry, this is not going to hurt you. I'm just going to light the crackers. You can just hold my hands. And every year, even though she was scared, she would light up the crackers. And I could see that childlike happiness on her face. And looking at that, that is what made me really, really happy. So apart from these family reunions that we used to have, I also use this as an opportunity to connect back with my friends, especially my school friends with whom I have lost touch over the years. And though we could not meet at times because they would be either, pursuing their masters abroad or somewhere out of town or out of the city, we would still take this as an opportunity to have a video call, just like how we are having it right now, to connect with them, play some games, like Diwali games, right? So that's my way of celebrating Diwali. I would like to ask you, what's your way of celebrating Diwali? Anybody?
I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
Mine might be very the same as most of the children. I burn a lot of crackers, and I have a little niece, so she enjoys, blasting crackers. And then if Masai was living anywhere close by, I'm sure he knows how Diwali would be sounding if he's living anywhere close by where I stay. So yeah, burning crackers, I would say.
Okay, thank you so much, Siddharth. So out of the crackers that you burn, which one do you like the most?
I like the one that, you light it up and it goes 10 or 25 crackers, and I just have to see it, like just see there and enjoy. And then the best part is all the vehicles stop and they have to see it. So yeah, that's a good attention I get.
Okay. Yes, that's one of my favorite crackers too. Okay. Anybody else you would like to share? How is it that you usually celebrate Diwali?
I'll go.
Yeah.
So for me, actually, I very much recall my childhood memories, and unfortunately, I very much connected towards Kali Puja, and unfortunately, Kali Puja and Diwali generally it is in the same day, right? But in my childhood, see, crackers is one of the things. Yes, it's not about Deepavali. It started from Durga Puja, but now due to this environment regulation, government sound regulation, and everything, it is now lot of reduced. But during my childhood, it was a huge. But slowly, when because I can say during my 11th or 12th when I was, then probably I heard about the name Deepavali or Diwali. Before that, it's normal Kali Puja for me actually. Now because this Diwali, because I am from West Bengal also, so Diwali trend is coming. If I'm not wrong, generally from Kolkata and surrounding, it is coming towards the north to eastern part of this one, and I would say for the last 10-15 years, it is now increasing in terms of celebration towards this area. But initially, when I was in my childhood, during this time, there's no so much of talk about Deepavali, right? But what we used to do it during the Kali Puja, we celebrate Kali Puja along with we used to give, because Kali Puja is one of the time it's happens during the winter generally starts in our area, right, in West Bengal area. So we was to in a small club, what we do is we used to donate or some money, and we used to buy some warm cloths, right, and those we generally do to distribute towards our people who do not have a fascination to buy some kind of warm cloth. So that is how my childhood actually. And now slowly I moved from this work, and then I saw Deepavali is like a different thought. And nowadays it's more of a connecting people and celebrating with family, friends, and that's how. But whenever you talk about Deepavali, I always relate to my childhood with Kali Puja and those days basically. So that is my thought actually. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mukul, for sharing your experiences. And yes, though we say Diwali, it is not celebrated in the same way all over India. So, as Mukul was just mentioning, Diwali in Bengal is known as Kali Pujo or Shama Pujo, and it is celebrated at night. And this is the time when goddess Kali is adorned with garlands of hibiscus and worshipped in temples and households. The goddesses offer sweets, lentils, rice, fish as a part of the ritual. And the night before Kali Pujo or Diwali is known as, I think we know it, Bhut Chaturdashi, wherein 14 candles or diyas are lit and placed in houses as a part of the ritual to ward off evil spirits. So this is a different way of celebrating Diwali across India, and this was something that is done in West Bengal. So moving ahead, we will be hearing more and
Lost you.
I think our Toastmaster of the day has a bad internet connection. We'll wait for her to come. I believe we were all sharing about Diwali, and I'll wait for her to come. Okay, she dropped. I think she'll be connecting audio. We're waiting for you, Suparna, in case if you can hear us.
hello.
Hi, we can hear you now. We lost you for a bit.
Yes, I'm joining back.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, so today, since this is a Toastmasters meeting, and we're trying to bring back the vibes, to bring back the energy that we usually feel during a Diwali, and today is Diwali. Today is Choti Diwali. So there are 3 segments to any Toastmasters meeting. First is the prepared speech section. Okay. So during a prepared speech section is where members prepare speeches based on certain objectives on pathways, and deliver them. And they will be evaluated by the individual speech evaluators. The second segment is the table topic section, where in this section, it is open to all the members and guests. And here a Toastmasters plays the role of table topics master, and they give you topics for which you need to speak impromptu on the spot for a minute or so. The third section, the most important section, and here is where I would say I would like to connect it to the theme of today's meeting, which is Diwali. And Diwali, in general, it means a row of diyas. Diwali, a row of diyas, right? But the light that comes out of these diyas, it's a mark of the victory of light over darkness. So darkness here means the things that we are unaware of. Darkness here means the things that we're not aware of about how we deliver a certain way. So we are all here to improve our communication skills. So there are a few things about our communication that we are not aware of. We are in darkness. And this is that section that brings light to that darkness, which is the general evaluation section. And in this section, a senior most Toastmaster of the club is given this role, and they provide feedback on the entire meeting. And today we have Toastmaster Anand, who is the general evaluator for the meeting. So without any further ado, let me invite on stage someone who has been a Toastmaster by choice. He looks forward to meeting people. His curiosity is aroused by people and their behavior, and he is a budding NLP trainer and is looking to penetrate into the way people think and act by using choices. Let me invite on stage the general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Anand, to explain about his role and also introduce the tactic. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. Wishing you all a very happy Diwali. Indeed, Diwali brings back a lot of memories. Mazahir brought out all of that we have done over the years. And with those bombs and those sparklers and those fountains and all of that. interesting memories all these years. All of that really is just memory right now, because some of those things are just history. We don't do so much in apartment complexes. It's not possible. The newer rules kind of stop us from doing all of that. However, there are those times when we meet up with friends with bombs which I can see some atom bombs, some sparklers, and some fountains are all here in front of me. I hope we all light up this session and make sure we take back a lot of memories from this one. My role today as a general evaluator will be to evaluate the meeting in general, as in to understand and explain to you what has gone well during the meeting and what were the not so well points that could be improved in the coming meetings. For this work, I will also rely on my team, ably supported by a timer, an R counter, and grammarian. Tag team, as it is called. I would invite the timer, T for timer, to introduce or in fact to tell us what the role he will play. Before that, I would like to give a brief intro about our timer, who is an HR consultant by profession, has been a Toastmaster for the past 2 years, and definitely loves fireworks, lights, and happy faces during Deepavali. Deepavali is the original word. Diwali is a concoction of that word. And like our Toastmaster of the day rightly said, Deepavali is a row of lights, an amazing row of lights all over the country today. Let me welcome the timer, Toastmaster Kevin. Please explain to us your role today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. So, before I tell my role, I just wanted to share a Diwali experience that I had. So, in one point of my life, I used to stay in this place called Tippasandra, where that place is overcrowded, but it is fun to live there because if you just step out of your house, you get everything. So, similarly was the Diwali experience as well. So basically, me and my friend was in the room. We didn't buy any firecrackers, but by the time reached 7, our room was filled with smoke. So that is the kind of explosion that is happening outside. So this year, I hope today evening we'll have a lot of fun as well, like I had that day. Coming to my role, as a timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches and evaluations. And I'll also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which will denote the specific time that is remaining. So with that, over to you, Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kevin. And with that memory, I must add one more bit about myself. I must confess here in 2022 that many years back, when the houses were still very small, and when I used to, as a kid, stay in Pune, I was damn scared of firecrackers. I have hidden between mattresses which were under a cot for a long time that I didn't come out till I was dragged out and said, okay, at least you watch. Yeah, and to the day today that I talk about so many different things. Let me introduce the R counter for today, an entrepreneur, a restaurateur, and a finance enthusiast. Toastmaster Siddharth Reddy, would you tell us about the R counter activity?
Thank you, G. Anand. Hi, guys. I'm your R counter. I'll be listening to your R's, and other filling words. Filling words? Why is it called filling words? What is it filling? It is filling the gaps or pauses that our brain needs while coming up with the next line. Actually, buts, ands, etc., etc. It is completely fine to have these pauses or gaps. As long as you're not a robot, your brain needs it. So let's embrace the pauses and try not to fill it up. As your R counter, I'll be counting your repetitive words, your filling words, and sharing my report by the end of the meeting. Once again, I want to tell you, it's completely okay for your speeches to have pauses, to have those gaps. It's completely okay for the speeches to have those gaps. Let's just embrace it. The stage is yours, G. Anand.
Thank you so much. Lovely. And like I promised, I want to be at your restaurant one of the days. And then make sure that all the hours are filled up by, the starters and the food there. So I don't have to say anything. Yeah. The next person that I would like to introduce is a grammarian of the day who actually inspired me to write a better intro of myself than what I have been doing all these days. Honestly, I was inspired by this person, and that's how Toastmaster of the Day got a different intro from mine for many years now. She's a data scientist at New Sigma and has the most cliched hobbies of the time. Toastmaster cliched hobbies, at least you are able to practice them. Some of us don't even. Singing, dancing, and reading books are her hobbies. She's a fitness freak, except for the festival months, which are about 6 months in a year. So the remaining 6 months, you can understand what she could be doing. And she always also firmly believes that you are always dance on pop beat song away from having a wonderful day. That's a wonderful thought. Toastmaster Soumya, please explain the role of a grammarian and also, if possible, give us the word of the day.
Thank you, G. Anand, and thank you for such a lovely introduction. I didn't think that I have written that a wonderful introduction, but you appreciating this, it makes me feel great about myself. Yeah, so today I'm taking the grammarian role, and today my responsibility would be taking a note of all the good usage of words and the sentences or the phrases. Also, I'll be giving out the word of the day. I'll just share my screen. Let me know once it's up.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah, so the word of the day is auspicious, and the word auspicious means to celebrate something or to start off a big event. And on the occasion of Diwali, I am going to use it as Diwali is an auspicious occasion, which is marked by performing the Lakshmi Puja and other celebrations, including bursting of crackers. So I would like each one of you to use this word while you are giving speeches or maybe in the table topic session. And by the end of the meeting, I'll be giving you the report of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Soumya. And definitely, indeed, an auspicious occasion. I was really hoping that we have this meeting today and look at what a buffet of sparklers and crackers we have in the meeting today. So let's hope that it's a cracker of a meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, TM Suparna.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anand, the G and the tag team. So moving on to the first segment of the meeting, which is the prepared speech section, I would now like to call distinguished Toastmaster Mazahir to read out the speech objectives of today's speaker, Toastmaster Akash. To introduce distinguished Toastmaster Mazahir, he is someone who needs no introduction, but still, he has been with Toastmasters for 5 years now. He is a winner of Evaluation International Speech Contest and Table Topics Contest in the area level and has served as the past president of JPMC Bangalore Toastmasters Club, area director and division director. And he is someone that we all know has been a part of the club since day one. So without any further ado, let me invite on stage distinguished Toastmaster Mazahir to please read out the speech objectives of today's speaker. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, dear guest, members, and a special to our speaker today. Like all the other speeches in Toastmaster as prepared, every prepared speech has an objective to be taken care of. These speeches are part of the path, and there are multiple paths in Toastmaster. The one that our speaker is attempting today is part of Level 1 Project 2, where the purpose of this speech is for our member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance a speech. Given a request as an evaluator, the member requested to be evaluated only on the vocal variety. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Mazahir. So now let me call on stage the speaker for today. He is an analyst at Goldman Sachs, graduated college 2 years back, and loves to read, take walks, long walks, and is a huge gaming addict. He loves watching cricket and massive Formula One fan. He is the past president of Sunshine Toastmasters Club and the current area director of Area A4, District 92 in Toastmasters. So, introducing the speaker today, Toastmaster Akash, with his speech title, Start. Start, Toastmaster Akash. Over to you.
I cannot change what happened. I cannot change who I was, and I cannot change what I went through. But what I can change is who I am in the future. Toastmasters and guests, the second wave of the pandemic was an extremely emotional period for me. It affected me physically, mentally, and emotionally. I had lost my sense of purpose in life. I was depressed, I was lonely, and I had lost sight of who I wanted to be in the future. Little did I know that my trek to recovery was what had a simple start, but a very long journey. But all I had to do was plant one foot down, and then another, with my head faced forward and with my chin up. All I had to do was start. Toastmasters and guests, they say every problem has a solution, and finding that solution is not rocket science. It is one simple trick which took me through the most difficult times in my life, and it will take you through the most easiest ones as well. Let's take an example. Let's take a hypothetical situation. You're walking down the street. You're distracted by a few things here and there, and the next minute you find yourself at the bottom of a pit that was dug up. There's good news and bad news. The good news is there are multiple ledges around the walls of the pit that will help you climb up. But the bad news is the pit is 20 feet tall. What do you do? Well, my simple trick can help you get out of that pit. It's a simple acronym of 4 letters. The first letter, the letter B, starts with begin. You're not going to get anywhere without starting your journey upwards. You begin by placing one foot on the first ledge. The second letter, the letter A, advance. Plant the next foot and keep looking and advancing upward. Do not look downwards, because if you look downwards when you're, let's say, at 15 feet high, you're probably going to shiver, you're probably going to shake, and you're probably going to fall down. Advance upwards and forwards. The third letter, R, stands for repeat. Keep repeating step 1 and 2. Take one step, then another, and keep repeating. And step 4, when you're almost at the finish line, the letter F stands for finish, where you finish your journey and reap the rewards. I wrote the speech using this exact same trick. The letter B, I began. The letter A, I advanced. The letter R, I kept repeating my steps. And the letter F, finish. Here's the acronym. Here's a simple trick with the acronym BARF. I used this trick to write my speech. I began with the first word and the first sentence. I advanced by typing more and more words as they came to my mind. I kept repeating the process as I kept advancing from sentences to paragraphs to more paragraphs. And I finished my speech by writing the last word and refining it. They say problems tend to be difficult. Solving problems don't seem to be difficult, right? After this speech, after this particular acronym. But why do you think people see problems as extremely difficult and unattainable mountaintops to climb? People seem to forget that every journey, 1,000-mile journey, starts with a single step forwards that you take. And all it requires is a start, your first step forwards, and another step forward to complete and to help you complete that 1,000-mile journey. Folks, when I was in my worst shape, when I was mentally depressed, I had two choices. I could stay stuck in my rut and feel sorry for myself. I wore multiple hats as a person. I was an employee at an MNC. I was a Toastmaster. I was an aspiring CFA. I was a club officer. And yet I was no longer interested in my daily life and in my daily routine. But I saw everything that happened outside my shell. I saw everything that happened outside my club. I saw everything that happened outside in general. All the events, all the camaraderie, and the network and the friends that I could build. I picked my second option, stepping out and beginning my journey to recovery. I stepped out of my club and I decided to connect with people outside, with club officers outside. I worked at the division level last year, working with clubs and working with people who are on the other side of the city from where I used to stay. I kept advancing and I kept repeating my steps as I connected with more and more people, as I took part in more and more events, and as I got the opportunity to network and connect and be a better version of myself. And I don't know where the finish is. I kept advancing in my journey and I made it as an area director with many more opportunities as an area director to connect with my clubs, with other area directors, with other division directors, and with other leaders. And who knows where the finish is? Toastmasters and guests, every day is a struggle. Every day brings in new challenges, new fights, and new opportunities to grow and be better versions of yourself. But no matter what happens, it doesn't matter whether the problem is simple, tough, or downright impossible, downright unattainable. Nothing is truly impossible and truly unattainable. All it takes on your 1,000-mile journey is a single step. All it takes is a start. Back to the Toastmaster today.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akash. And I would request everyone to please unmute yourself and give him a big round of applause. Thank you so much. So that concludes the prepared speech section for today. And coming back to the theme, today's theme. So before the prepared speech, I was saying that we will also hear some more stories from you on how you celebrate Diwali in your respective places. And why not discuss how we celebrate Diwali in Karnataka? Anyone who is a native of Karnataka and would like to share how you celebrate differently? Okay, so in Karnataka, if you have seen, so all these years we have been in Bangalore and we have seen that Diwali is celebrated in a certain way. But all over Karnataka, if you have a look, people usually celebrate Diwali on the second day of the festival, which is tomorrow. And the day is known as Ashwija Krishna Chaturdashi. Have you heard of this? No? Okay. So it is known as the Ashwija Krishna Chaturdashi. And on this day, people bathe in oil and eat sweets to commence the festivals. The day after Diwali is also celebrated with much fervor, and it is known as Bali Padmayami. And people usually narrate the story of King Bali and and this is something that is done in the countryside, in the villages, where they create forts made from cow dung on this day by narrating the story of King Bali to their families and kids. So that is how Diwali is celebrated from the point of view of Kannadigas or people living in Karnataka. Anyone else who would like to share how it is celebrated in your native place? Kevin, would you like to give it a shot?
Yeah, I mean, I don't celebrate in Kerala. Diwali is not celebrated much, but after coming to Bangalore, like I said, in Diwali we see a lot of fireworks. Like the whole place lit up. I still remember when I was, studying for my MBA in Bangalore. I was coming back from my house in train from Kerala. And by the time you're reaching like Karnataka border, you'll see the sky is completely lit up with fireworks. And by the time you reach Majestic, it's fireworks everywhere. I hope it'll be the same today. I mean, I think like what some other Toastmasters said, this time the pollution control and eco-friendly policies are there. So I think it might get reduced a little bit, but otherwise, Diwali is always nice to see. It's a treat for our eyes.
Yes, very, very true. Thank you so much, Kevin. So I see Mukul, you have raised your hand. Yes.
Yes, so I'll little bit talk about West Bengal and obviously Kolkata. So I recently came to Bangalore, right? So for the West Bengal, what happened is at least 5 years or 6 years back, there is during the Deepavali, these crackers and these patakas are right. So it's a huge amount of people used to buy and just execute it during these 2 days of Deepavali. And now as this year progresses and government and I would say High Court, Supreme Court, and everyone is trying to reduce this amount of pollution level during these 2 days, right? It's mainly for one is the sound pollution, it's a huge, and second was the environment pollution. And Kolkata and surrounding area, I think one of the highest number of this pollution parameter, right? So for the last 3-4 days, it drastically reduced these crackers, and I would say government of West Bengal and along with the order from High Court of Kolkata, they have taken a huge decision to reduce this pollution, maybe giving last year, if I remember, it was around 2 hours of duration they have given, let's say 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. to execute all your patakas and complete so that they can reduce this overall noise and environment pollution. But before that, I would say it is a huge, right, in terms of Deepavali, you'll get a variety of sweets in West Bengal, mainly in Kolkata. To greet and meet each other. People used to do celebrate like visiting different places of Kolkata. And that's how, I mean, it's a whole open heart and everyone is, it's like a crowd everywhere, right? You can see there are pandals, they're in bus, taxis, and everywhere people are just outside from home and taking their maybe family, friends, along with restaurant, along with different visiting place of Kolkata. But yet it is a full mood festival session, I would say, for 3-4 days. But this pollution thing, one of the things I think West Bengal government was trying to reduce during these 2 days. It is really bad actually after 2 days of this patakas and etc. Right now, it is very good. I would say government had very restricted and limit within 2 hours of duration to burn your patakas and enjoy. So that's my experience for the last 5-6 years in Kolkata and surrounding.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mukul. Thank you for sharing your experiences. So anybody else who want to share your experiences? Anyone from Maharashtra, Odisha, Uttar Pradesh joining us today? If not from there, but if it is your native place.
Okay, I'll go.
Yes.
So I don't know if you people are aware of these gharondas and clay pots that were made of. So there's this kitchen set that's made out of clay, And back in like when I was at my childhood stage, where I was always looking up to Diwali just to buy all these kitchen sets and gharondas, and like every year I would used to paint that gharonda and lit it up by placing diyas in the gharonda and all. So yesterday I was going for Dhanteras shopping, and then my mom reminded me of those memories, and she was like, even if you have grown up, can I buy these for you? Because I don't feel like Diwali is complete by not buying all these gharondas and this kitchen set. And also, yeah, that is one of the fondest memories of Diwali, where I used to buy all these things and enjoy them having in my home. So yeah, that's the experience. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Soumya. So I saw Akash raising your hand.
Yep, just wanted to speak generally on Diwali that used to take place in my native place of Mumbai. We used to have a lot of incidents where we used to blast rockets, and unfortunately these rockets used to be blasted in the wrong places and at the wrong angles. And these angles used to be intentionally or unintentionally, I'm not sure, but pointed towards windows. And what used to happen is the rockets were pointed towards that in the incorrect angle, and they used to be lit, and then the rest, the rocket flies straight into someone's house. Of course, a lot used to happen, and a lot of talks and a lot of gossip used to happen with respect to that. Of course, that wasn't exactly the most fun bit, because Diwali can also be dangerous. But of course, we used to have a fair amount of fun, blast rockets, whether it's Choti Diwali or the main Diwali. We used to just have fun during that time. And
Thank you, Akash, for sharing your experiences of how you used to celebrate Diwali back in Mumbai. And for those who don't know, Diwali in Maharashtra is celebrated, I would say, not in a very different way, but they have their own history of this festival, where Diwali in Maharashtra starts with the Vasu Bara ritual. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, which is held in honor of cows. And Dhanteras is celebrated to honor the sage Dhanvantari, the Ayurvedic doctor of the gods. And on the day of Diwali, Maharashtrians worship goddess Lakshmi, and end of the festival by celebrating Bhav Beej, which also is synonymous to Bhai Dooj in the north. So that was how we celebrate Diwali all across India, where we heard a few snippets on how it's celebrated in West Bengal, in Maharashtra and Karnataka. Now moving on to our next segment of today's meeting, which is going to be even more fun than what we have been experiencing so far. And without any further ado, let me invite on stage the table topics master for today. So our table topics master today is someone who does programming for a living. Most of his favorite festivals, he would like to be with his family, having some special food, and a long drive with his whole family. And he loves moving through streets decorated with lights during Diwali, and that's one of his favorites. So let me invite on stage the table topics master for today, Toastmasters Sijo, to explain us about this section and his role. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Suparna. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, a very good afternoon to all of you. So I believe we already had a Choti table topic session conducted by Toastmaster of the day. And maybe I may run out of topics, but let's see. One of the most exciting portions of the Toastmasters meeting is the table topic session. The main objective is to challenge members to develop their impromptu communication skills, to effectively think on their feet by talking on topics without any rehearsal. We also want to give every member the opportunity to speak at this table topic session, and that we do with these table topics. And this is specifically designed to develop our 4 essential communication skills, which is listening, thinking, organizing, and speaking. Today, as your table topics master, I have planned for some topics which are mostly related to the theme of the day, which is Diwali. And your response must be at least 1 minute, and can be not more than 2 minutes. You will see a green signal from the timer, Toastmaster Kevin. At 1 minute, you will be seeing a green card, and at 1.5 minutes, you will be seeing a yellow card, and at 2 minutes, you will be seeing a red card. And also encourage all of you to use the word of the day, which is auspicious, in your table topic speeches. So let's get started. So I would be doing it this way. I would be sharing my screen. So you can raise your hand who wants to go first. So then I'll be sharing my screen, and I will be displaying the topic to you. So, and then you can talk on that. So who would like to go first? Toastmaster Gopinath has raised hand. Okay, yeah, sure. Thanks, Toastmaster Gopinath. So let me just share the screen. Just let me know if you can see the screen. Yep. Is it visible? Hello.
Yes, it is visible. Yes.
Okay.
It's visible.
So Toastmaster Gopinath, tell us about an amazing memory of your favorite festival.
Okay. Good morning, table topic master and Toastmasters and guests. My favorite memory, as I am from Kerala, it cannot be anything other than Onam, which involves a lot of flowers and festivities and visiting our family members and relatives. However, I would like to speak about Diwali today. That is also a festival, but in my home, for some reason, it was not celebrated so much, except lighting the diyas all around the house during the evening time, which actually brings about an auspiciousness. When you light a diya, it somehow brings some auspicious nature in our minds. That is what diyas are all about for me. Now, I was getting so many messages today. One particular message really caught my attention today on Diwali. What he said was that you can blow off a small diya with your blowing, but you can also blow to grow the fire more. That is something which the power we have in us. So we should always be careful. How do you blow? Do you blow to shut off something, or do you blow to make a big fire? That is also, you have to be careful. You can burn an ember more, and also you can create fire. Like I heard somewhere, fire can cook a man's dinner, and fire can cook a man too. So it is very important in our minds. We have to have the small diyas glowing so that it brings some kind of a light into the minds of people. And I was thinking about this Toastmasters for some time. What does actually Toastmasters do? It actually removes the darkness, like the Diwali message. It removes the darkness of our stage fear, the fear of public speaking, facing the crowd and all that. And it brings about the light of confidence and warmth and easiness in facing a crowd, developing our skills, leadership skills, all those things. So it's always a kind of removing something bad, like we talked about cleaning the house, remove all the unessentials and unwanted things and bring out something which is more clean and neat. So same thing happens to our mind. We are always cluttered with so many things, but a Diwali message should actually clean it up and bring a lot of light. Thank you. Over to TM. Sorry, table topic master.
Thank you. That was amazing, Toastmaster Gopinath. That was brilliant of you coming up with some such structured thoughts in a very short amount of time. A big round of applause, please, to Toastmaster Gopinath. Even I could, I should also say that I'm from also Kerala. So the festival which we celebrate mostly is Onam, which is mostly with the flowers. And the memory for me with Diwali is about, I'll be hearing the cracker sound during this Diwali season, and especially about the sweets. Okay, so let's move on to the next speaker. So who'd like to come up next? Okay, I see Mukul Chand. Okay, let me check my screen. Yep. Can you see this screen?
Yeah.
Do you think festivals can unite us? Do you think festivals can unite us?
Over to you, Mukul.
Sure. So thank you, Sijo. So yeah, this is a very good thing that we are going to talk about, unity, right? So any festival, I can see, at least from India perspective, right? India as a country, there are a lot of in terms of religions, in terms of language, in terms of geometry side, or sorry, geography side, is a different area of land and different culture, right? Any festival obviously can unite people. And and any festival, when you are talking about in India, each month, each day, or whole over the year, there are a lot of festival people used to celebrate in different part of our country. And I would say all those days are as a auspicious day for us. And this festival is the one of the thing that all the people can unite and celebrate without thinking of any religion or any political thing and any other thing, right? All festival should be celebrated by all of the people surrounding on this area, right? So it's a very I would say one of the area where we can see that people can gather and enjoy and greet and meet each other, and festival is one of this thing where we can do this. So thank you for this one. That is my thought.
Wonderful, Mukul. Yeah, you really put up some new ideas into our thoughts. So yeah, really being in India, we get the flavor of different festivals. So we celebrate Onam, Diwali, Dasara, Christmas. So maybe we should say that this all, let's hope that this all will unite us in a long term. I'm sure that it was already doing that. Yeah, thanks for that, the wonderful table topic speech, Mukul. Let's see who wants to go next. Okay, Anand, I see Anand raising the hand. Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. So I think, yeah. Can you see the screen? Should crackers be burst for happiness? Should crackers be burst for happiness? Over to you, Toastmaster Anand.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. Definitely a tough one, Toastmaster Sijo. Should crackers be burst for happiness? If they are cheese crackers and they burst in your mouth, nothing like it. Absolutely fantastic. If they are choco crackers, and again, if they burst in your mouth, nothing like it. But if they are crackers which can cause pollution, perhaps over the years, the kind of information that we have received, it might cause happiness for some time, but it might cause an asthma attack after that happiness. There are a lot of people who are suffering, who suffer. Interestingly, I am working on a project now at my university for animal care and protection. And do you know that the poor animals who cannot speak are the most impacted by the sound of the crackers? And of course, the air that also pollutes around affects us and affects them as well. But can we do anything about it? Well, not so much. We still need to have that bit of happiness. We still need to have that bit of joy. We could come up with some innovation. We are so good at doing some new discoveries and new R&D in our country. Why can't we come up with less polluting crackers? Why can't we come up with silent crackers which go out in the sky and bring out a burst of colors? Perhaps we could look at those options. But to answer your question, should crackers be burst for happiness? Well, I must say the happiness is short-lived. I would rather burst something more for a long-lived happiness. Thank you so much, and back to you, TTMC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. Wonderful. That was some real quick thinking on your part. I think you came up with some great statistics as well, and you shared in your speech. So impressed by the knowledge you displayed in this short amount of time. Thank you, Toastmaster Anand, for that. Who would like to go next for the next table topic?
I'll go.
Okay, Soumya. Okay, let me put you something. Yep. Describe a firecracker you can relate to your quality or nature or personality. Over to you, Toastmaster Soumya.
Okay. Okay, can I take 1 or 2 minutes just to relate? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know if that firecracker would relate to my personality, but I think I am a sort of anar, if I would say, if you guys are aware of what anar is. So yeah, exactly. So I won't go about it as if you lit me up, I'll be like exploding. But somehow there's this quality of me who tries to be a little reserved about my thoughts and my feelings until unless someone pushes me, because like I try to maintain that I mean, I try to get all my thoughts and all my feelings piled up after a certain point of time, and somebody ignites me or like instigates me, and once someone does that to me, I kind of explode. And that's a very not very good quality of me. I think I should be igniting from time to time so that the other person knows what my actual nature is. So yeah, that is one firecracker maybe I could relate to. Yeah, so that was it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumya. Yeah, I think we all have that. Whenever we get angry, I think we are almost similar to some kind of crackers. And let's hope, like Toastmaster Anand was telling, maybe we should change our nature to such way that instead of bringing more bad things, like we have to become more eco-friendly kind of nature. Yeah, that kind of, let's see. That's nice table topic speech from you, Soumya. Yeah, I would like to give the next topic to Sri. I see Sri is raising the hand. Yeah. Let me share the screen. Okay, I think this one will be an easy one. So it's day 2 Diwali scenes. Day 2 Diwali scenes. I hope you got it right. After the day of Diwali, the scenes. That's
yeah.
Yeah,
based on the theme given, I could relate to my. Am I audible first of all?
Yeah, you are audible. Yeah. Yes.
I could relate to my childhood memories. Basically, I'm also from Kerala, so we only have basically the crackers as the Diwali part, and lighting diyas or the light festival of lights. Basically, have another day called Kartika, where we do a lot of the diyas, and we will make special diya with plantain stem and tender coconut leaves, and decorate those things. It's all wonderful. So that is a festival of lights for us basically. So Diwali basically crackers only. So maybe 1 or 2 days we will bring lots of crackers and then lit the crackers, the sparklers and all those things, and we will enjoy. A lot of happiness comes inside the mind, and also we friends join together and do busting the crackers and all, and small incidents may happen, like you will burn your hands or sometimes. Yeah, it's all part of it, but it goes away quickly. Only the happiness remains. That's what I my experience. And also I feel many even non-Hindu based people also unite to join or to do the crackers. So it's a happiness for everyone. So that's all I can remember. Once I am grown up, but I have not used to busting crackers or enjoying the Diwali that much. But we used to lit diyas, because last 20-25 years I am away from my home, like over here in Bangalore or other places basically. So yeah, that's my experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri. Yeah, I must say your story reminded me of the time when I was in college. So even I am not a very big fan of this cracker. So in fact, I'm a bit scared as well, like Toastmaster Anand was telling. So I had this once, like the small triangle one crackers you have, right? The one which has some thread on that. So I thought it was like, I mean, but there is a need of a timing in which like you should throw it. So in fact, what happened was like it kind of like got burst in my hand. So that was one not so good experience which I had when I was in the college. Yeah. So let's. So do we have time, or should we go for one more topic? Okay, I think we are out of time. Is it? Okay. Okay. I think we had a very nice participation in the table topic session. I hope everyone had a very good time hearing the different stories, from the stories of like the fear of crackers, somebody who likes doing crackers, and somebody's character symbolizing to some crackers, all the stories we heard. It was so nice to hear. And let's wrap up this table topic session. And let me again wish a happy Diwali to everyone. And let me give over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, Subarna. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sijo, for taking us through that amazing journey of table topics, bringing out a bit of emotions on how we celebrated Diwali and also what it means to us. Thank you so much. So before concluding today's theme, here is the short story that I would like to share with you. While most of us already know about it, let me again reshare it. So this is the story of Lakshmi. So Diwali has been synonymous to a lot of things, but also it is considered as the rebirth of Lakshmi. Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, is the most prominent goddess associated with Diwali, as we all know. And this is her story. As the story goes, through display of arrogance, there was a time when, through display of arrogance, God Indra once provoked Lakshmi to leave the divine world and enter the milky ocean. And without guidance and blessings of Lakshmi, the world then turned into a dark place. A very dark place. And the gods, several gods, were worried how to bring her back, how to bring Lakshmi back on earth and remove this darkness forever. So after churning the milky ocean where Lakshmi was currently residing for over 1,000 years, after churning the milky ocean for over 1,000 years, Lakshmi was finally reborn, rising to the surface on a beautiful lotus flower, and once again bringing the world her blessings of good fortune. So on Diwali, as the story goes, people light up lamps at night to guide Lakshmi in a row, that too, to guide Lakshmi to their home so that she can help them bring good fortune and prosperity for the years to come. And this is a message that I would like to leave all of you with, that may this Diwali bring lots of happiness, lots of good fortune and prosperity for you and your family. With that, I would like to hand over the stage and introduce the third section of today's meeting, which is the general evaluation section. Without any further ado, let me invite on stage the general evaluator, Toastmaster Anand, to please take this session forward. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suparna. Thank you for the wonderful stories that you have been weaving all through. Now, I would like to call our first evaluator and the only evaluator, speech evaluator, DTM Mazahir, to evaluate Toastmaster Akash's speech.
Good afternoon, everybody, dear guests and members, and a very special good afternoon to our speaker, Toastmaster Akash. Toastmaster Akash, first of all, congratulations on successfully completing this objective and the speech that you have delivered today. I would like to present my evaluation in a fashion of good that you did, places where you may want to improve, an overall summary of this particular speech evaluation. Toastmaster Akash, I absolutely loved the way how you started. I personally connected with a quote that I read. It says, learning begins at the end of your comfort zone. Not only that with the body language, but with also with the vocal variety, you started. You had a great personal story which we all could connect with, the good pause management, the phase in which that you narrated the story, great wordplay, and your content was full of messages. Live life happy. Because you can't change what has happened, don't waste your time in thinking about it. Move on, let go, and get over it. I think after every minute or minute and a half, just like a stand up comedian might have a punch for us to laugh, you had a punch with a quote for us to get motivated. If there is a requirement of a motivational speech somewhere, all that we have to do, crop this part of our meeting and play it. And I'm sure everybody going to get motivated. Overall, for your speech, there were two other objectives as well. You requested me to help you and provide my feedback on vocal variety. However, I would also like to commend you on a great body language for an online meeting. You stood at one place. That's important, because if you move around too much, it becomes an issue for people to focus. So it was a great stance. Second thing, if you people have noticed, he had one of his hand right here and he was moving with one of his hand. It's important for us to notice what he was doing with part of body language. So it's good. It's not too much of it, and it was not too less. It was a good balance. With regard to the vocal variety, as you requested me, there are 4 P's for a vocal variety that we all look at: pace, pitch, power, and pauses. Now, you had a good pace during your entire speech. The pitch was convenient and it was nice. Power is where you lacked a little bit. Pauses where you did absolute awesome job. To provide you with a feedback on power or volume, usually as a vocal variety, what speaker tends to do, they tend to speak volume and suddenly they go down. To a lot of them, my friends, that's not vocal variety. That's when you're playing with your volume. Vocal variety is a huge umbrella to look at. This is one aspect of it. So Toastmaster Akash, if you want to improve, I would say improve on the volume. When you're talking about sorrows, when you're talking about anything, just lower your volume a little bit and see if that magic happens. And then whenever you want to get excited, just lower or upper your volume a little bit, and this definitely will. Because just for the vocal variety's sake, don't write a speech and try to incorporate the vocal variety on the fly when you deliver it. You won't get any value out of a speech, because if you do that, instead incorporate these things while you're writing your speech. You had a great speech overall from beginning till the very end. I must say, I believe now you definitely know where the finish is, because a lot of people, and I must say this, the start is what stops most people. With BAF as an acronym, I think we're all going to get it and we will apply that in our life. Thank you so much for delivering such an awesome speech. Back to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you, DTM Mazair. Wonderful evaluation. Quickly to add a few points from my side, I won't take more than 30 seconds. Definitely, I agree with DTM Mazair about the volume. I felt it was a bit restrained. You could have gone all out. I saw that your door was closed, so you could have just been yourself. Body language was super awesome. The content was great. In fact, I wrote also it was a great start all about change. And I must tell you that you echoed the views of my own experiences during COVID this year, the second wave or whatever it was. I was just about in the same thought process. And the barf really helped me. I would like to add an eye to it, have a barfi, and enjoy my Diwali. Thank you so much. With that, let me call upon the timer to give us his report. I believe he has already pasted. Would you also paste? Okay. So we just see that DTM Mazair is exceeded by 10 seconds. I know he was all excited about Toastmaster Akash's speech. So I would still give you that grace, DTM Mazair, and hope you pass through with that. All the others have gone through well. So I think that's great. That's great for a club, because it's important that even in online meetings, we are able to know where the clock is, right? And we need to kind of focus on the screen, focus on that small window with the colors, plus get our thoughts together in a table topic type of speech. So wonderful job, folks. Getting to the grammarian report, I would request Toastmaster Soumya. I would like to go to the R counter report, and Toastmaster. Is he there? Oh yeah, Toastmaster Siddharth, are you there? Sorry, there are too many windows. Yeah, please go ahead with your report quickly. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Guys, I'm going to start off by telling my report with stating the good speakers who used very less filling words, or even if they used it, they embraced their pace while talking. Starting with Mazahir, Suparna, TM Akash, TM Gopinath, Anand, Arindam. And before I go ahead, I would like to take time to thank Arindam. I'm not sure if he's here. I would like to thank Arindam because the last time I attended Toastmasters, I was moved by the way he gave his counter report. I felt like, oh, I wish I attended the meeting earlier because I would have known my favorite words. The way Arindam put it, I was moved. So thank you, Arindam. And he influenced me to take up this role today. And now I'm going to give up a few names just for the sake of improvement. The favorite word for most speakers in our room today is ah. A few speakers to name: Soumya, Kevin, Mukul, Siju, Gopinath, Anand, and even Arindam. You have used the word ah as your favorite word. And Suparna, just in the starting, you have not repeated it again, but you used and just in the starting, and I felt it is maybe not required, maybe unwanted. Just in the starting, just a few minutes. And the favorite word for guest Sri was a little too many times. So you could be conscious about that. And my tip, I don't know if it works or not, my tip is when you have these favorite words, you can add more favorite words because the frequency of your today's favorite word would reduce when you have more favorite words. So that's my take. And lastly, I would say, if you could use these pauses to your favor, it is something that can turn a good speaker into a great spellbounding speaker, a magical one. Thank you, guys.
Wonderful, wonderful, Toastmaster Siddharth. Very well put. And in fact, the last point, really, really great. I would now call upon Toastmaster Soumya to give the grammarian report.
Thank you, G. Anand. So everyone was great. And as far as the grammar thing is concerned, I don't think anybody was lacking there. But I noted some good phrases that were used by the Toastmasters. And to talk about the speech, Akash, you were full of good phrases. So I don't have like many pages to quote all of them, but yeah, so it's lost my sense of purpose, plan 1 foot down, bottom of the pit. So these were really awesome phrases that you used. Then coming to the word of the day, thank you Gopinath and Mukul for using the word of the day. Yeah, and talking about, so I think it's Mukul who used, there was one glitch while he used it. So it was everyone who go outside home. So you could have used outside of their homes instead of that. And but all in all, it was a great speech by everyone. And yeah, thank you for coming up and speaking on the topics. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Soumya, for that report. It's happy to note that we are all improving with our vocabulary as we maintain consistency. Now I shall, with the permission of the Toastmaster of the day, provide my report for the entire meeting. The meeting started on time. In fact, DTM Mazahir has been keeping us on a tab, making sure that we definitely start on time, and I think we stuck to that. Hats off to him. I would want to give a applause to DTM Mazahir. We made sure we did start on time. The Toastmaster of the day engaged the audience right on spot immediately. She didn't spend even a minute extra. She wanted to get to the story. She wanted to understand. She engaged the audience very well. I think that's the quintessential part of being a TMOD, that how do you engage the audience. A Christmas would have been better in terms of following a certain time frame. I would say that since the meeting is only about 90 minutes and we have different sections, you could choose folks whom you want to, or some kind of questions, and then move on quick. Yes, it is difficult, I know, but we must try and make sure it happens. As we attend these meetings continuously, we also get used to a rhythm, and perhaps it will probably in the 6th meeting, if all of us are there from now, we would know, okay, this is good enough, and we will stop there. So I think, yeah, a great attempt there. The table topics master, very clear. I like the humor that he started off. He kind of brought out the point that you had already done some work around asking people to talk about the festival. It didn't take any steam out of you, Toastmaster Sijo, but added to it. So I must say that it was nicely blended. The speech, like I said, the evaluations were fantastic. In terms of the reports, I think we are definitely there, having said all of this in a very professional manner, the way we are maintaining how we run our meetings in terms of each of these roles. I would like to say that at this moment, we must look for exploring a little more options, having a listener role at the end of the meeting, and see how we can also add in that bit so that all of us get more involved in these aspects. And I must say, finally, that it was a great meeting. I'm happy that we all agreed to be part of this meeting, even on a festival day like this, and it made it really worthwhile. We can definitely go back out there bursting crackers, cheese crackers, choco crackers, whatever you do. Thank you, and back to you, T. Modi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anand and the General Evaluator and TAC team for sharing the report. Now, without any further ado, let me hand over the stage to the presiding officer, Distinguished Toastmaster Masahir.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the afternoon. Let's have a huge round of applause for General Evaluator, the entire TAC team, Evaluator, and the Toastmaster of the day, every role player of the meeting, all the table topic speakers, table topic master, and everybody who attended this meeting in general. If I will repeat even a single dot or a word of somebody who said something already, I think it'll be unfair. Everybody has done their job perfect. 12:31, when I started speaking, it was 12:30. I will not take much of your time. With the power vested in me in today's meeting as a presiding officer, I adjourn the meeting number 84 for Speaking and Beyond Toastmaster Club. Let's give a huge round of applause for everybody. For any other business, news, or announcement, we have none for now, but there is one important one. Next week's meeting, we will do it in person. Shobha Dreammakers Phase 1 Clubhouse is awaiting for all of us. Just like in today's meeting, you definitely did good in terms of time. Some people were there at 11, some were there at 10:58. We would request you leave your house, and if you're staying wherever possible, try to reach the destination by 10:45 or 10:50 or so we can start the meeting on time. Definitely a feedback accepted, General Evaluator Anand, for keeping listener as a role for one of our meeting. I think it definitely engages, and it also talks about the power of listening, how attentive people are during the meeting. The reason why we request people to keep their videos on, so we can see you and you can see the speaker and you're attentively listening to all of them. Do not feel bad because you didn't get chance to speak during the table topic today. You will definitely have a chance next week. We only request you to volunteer yourself. There is nobody who can stop you, pause you from delivering a prepared speech. Let us know, delivering a table topic speech during the meeting. Take up any role. We, I think, had a really great meeting. As Anand said, and I would like to add on, I'm sure you would have been doing something else during this time, but you chose to attend a Toastmaster meeting. We really appreciate your time and your commitment towards Toastmaster. Thank you so much for everything that you do in day-to-day life. Keep motivating people, keep encouraging people, and this platform is what brings all of us together for a better version of ourselves, and let's stick to that. On that note, I would like to once again officially adjourn the meeting. For any other updates, we'll be reaching out to people one-on-one. Kevin, stop the recording.
Can we take a picture?
Yeah, we will.